Hello guys, welcome to my channel. This is the 26th tutorial in this course, and in this tutorial we are going to begin our discussion on string functions, and we're going to check out 5 really cool and important string functions. So the first one that we're going to have a look at is the capitalized string function, and this function returns a string with the first letter capitalized if not already, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a string object first, and I'll call it str1, and I'll give it the value hey what's up, right? So this is simple enough, and you must have noticed that the first alphabet of the string is H, and it's a small case alphabet, it's not an uppercase alphabet, right? So if I want to change the case of the alphabet H to uppercase, then I'll use the capitalized function this way. I'll first type in my string object, which is str1. I'll follow that up with a dot, and then I'll type in the name of the method, which is capitalize. Follow that up with a pair of empty parentheses and just press the enter key, and there you go. I see that in the result I get a string in which the first alphabet H is a capital alphabet, right? It's an uppercase alphabet. And the next method that we're going to check out is the count method, and this method is used to calculate the number of times a string exists in another string, right? So I'm going to change the value of the string object str1, and I'm actually going to write a few lines in it. So that's why I'm going to type in triple quotes, I mean 3 double quotes, that's what I meant. So this way I'll be able to go to different lines and type in sentences. So the first sentence that I'm going to type is Tom is a good guy. Right, and let me just type in a few more sentences about Tom. So Tom is also hardworking, and what else? Tom is honest, and tell me a few more good qualities about Tom. Tom is a team player, and Tom is actually a party pooper, which is not a good thing, but still you can have a couple of bad characteristics if you're so good at so many other things. So Tom is a party pooper. And next, Tom sleeps early, and next I can type in something like Tom works out, right? So that's enough. I don't want to write anything more about Tom, otherwise people would start thinking that I'm in love with this guy. I don't even know who he is. So there you go. When I press the enter key, my string is created, and I can simply type in str1 to look at the content of the object, and there you go. These are all the sentences I have, and I see all these slash and escape sequences in between. The sequences tell me where I have the new line characters in the string, right? So let's say I want to count the number of times I have the word Tom in my string. So I'll type in str1, and just as we did with the previous method capitalize, I'll type in the name of the string object first, str1, and then I'll type in count, right? And within parentheses I'll type in the string that I wish to, the string that I want to find in my string object, and also the count of which I wish to know. So I want to know the count of Tom, so I'll type in Tom. When I press the enter key, I see that the word Tom exists 7 times in the string str1, right? So it's a very cool method. And the next method that we're going to check out is the ends with method, and this method checks if the string that's passed as an argument to the function is actually the last part of the calling object string or not. So let me demonstrate this with an example. So I'm going to change the value of the str1 string object that I have, and I'm going to change it to ilovetennis.com. and I don't know if there is a website with this URL, but let's just assume that there is one, right? So I'll create my string object by pressing the enter key, and now let's say I want to check out whether the last part of this this string is .org or not, right? Let's say I don't know what is the domain of this website, right? So to check, I'll type in str1 dot ends with, and then within parentheses and single quotes I'll type in .org, right? When I press the enter key, I see false as the result, and that's because the last part of this string is .com and not .org, right? And if I check it with .com, let's see what I get. I get true, right? So that's why it's called the ends with method. It checks the ending part of the string, whether that is same as the argument that you've passed to the function or not. If it is same, then it results into true. If it's false, then it returns false, right? So the next method that we're going to check out is the find method, and this method checks if the string that's passed as an argument to the function exists in the calling string or not, and if it exists, then it returns the index position of the first character of the argument that you've passed, and if it doesn't exist, then it simply returns -1, right? So again, I'll demonstrate it and it'll be easier for us to understand. So I'm going to change the value of the str1 string object again, and I'm going to change it to catch me if you can, right? And then I'm going to use the find method this way. I'll type in str1.find, and then within parentheses and single quotes I'll type in u. So let's say I want to find out whether the word u exists in this string or not. When I press the enter key, I get 12 as the result, and that's because the index of the word u, that is the alphabet y in the word u, is 12 in the string. And let's check that. So C is 0, A is 1, T is 2, C is again 3, H is 4, space is 5, M is 6, E is 7, space is 8, I is 9, F is 10, space is 11, and then Y is 12, right? So that's why you get 12 as the answer, because the index position of the alphabet Y, which is the starting alphabet of the argument that you've passed to the function, it exists in the string firstly. That's why you don't see -1 as the result, and the index position of Y is 12. That's why you get that as the answer. And if we check it with some string that doesn't exist in the string, let's say we check it with us instead of you, then we get -1, right? Because the word us doesn't exist in the string. The last method that we're going to check out in this tutorial is the isLower method, and this method checks whether all characters in the calling string are in lowercase or not, right? So I'm going to again change the value of my string object. I'm going to change it to hello world, right? And you guys must have noticed that the H of the word hello and the alphabet W of the word world, they are uppercase alphabets, they're not small case alphabets, right? So I'll press the enter key to create my string object, and when I call the isLower method with the string object str1, I don't have to pass in anything as an argument to this function. I just have to keep my parentheses empty, and I see false, and that's because as I said, there are two alphabets in the string that are not lowercase alphabets. But let me change the value of the string object. I'll change it to hello world, and this time I have all alphabets as small case alphabets. And now if I would execute this function, I would get true as the result, and that's because all alphabets are indeed lowercase alphabets, right? So I hope you guys had fun watching this tutorial. That's all I wanted to discuss, and in the next tutorial we are going to discuss more string functions, and I hope you're having fun in this course, and you may subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care.